Welcome to this quick tutorial on how to use Boxsert Designer. So when you first visit the website, you will see your home page. And this will be unique to your browser, so any projects you create are stored within your browser. So if you want to come back and edit your projects, you need to be using the same browser you used before. To create a new project, simply click on the Create Project button, and this will create your initial project for you. So in the center here, we have the actual design. Initially, it is just the outline of the box for the insert, and you can click and drag the handles to resize the box, and you can hold Control whilst resizing to do that in steps of 5 millimeters. You can also, with the box selected, click on the Properties tab and type in an exact measurement. So say we want to create a box that is 150 by 150 millimeters. On the external dimensions, which gives us a box with 140 by 140 millimeters on the internal dimensions that are calculated by the thickness of the material that you're using. By default, the system is set up to use foam core of 5 millimeters, but you can go and change that information here as well. If you click off the box into the open space and you're on the Properties tab, you'll be able to change the name of the project. So we're going to call this my test insert, and you can also change the base thickness of all the materials that you add when you add dividers and the like to your design. If you click on the errors tab, it will highlight any errors with the design. Currently we don't have any. And if you click on the cut list tab, it will show you the dimensions of the material you need to cut to create this design. So in this case, it is a base of 150 millimeters by 150 millimeters with a 5 millimeter thickness piece of foam core. That would be the base square, and then two walls at 150 millimeters by 15 millimeters. So they would sit on top of the base, and another two walls of 140 millimeters by 15 millimeters. And that would give you, if you select the box again and click on the properties, this 20 millimeters height. So it's the 15 millimeter of the walls plus the 5 millimeter for the base thickness. All right, so once you have your box set up, there's a few things you can do. Firstly, if you click and hold down the mouse button on a computer, or you can drag with your fingers on a phone or tablet, you'll be able to drag around. You can also scroll wheel zoom or pinch zoom. At any point in time, depending on what you have selected or not selected, there will be instructions across the bottom here with hints and tips of what to do. And that will change depending whether you're using a desktop, a laptop, a mobile device, or a tablet. Down the left-hand side here, we have a number of options. The most important one is to add a divider. So if we click on that button here, this will add a divider, and you can click and drag and it will snap to the edges. And you can see only one edge has to be attached. So for instance, if I move the divider, it's turned yellow, indicating there's some kind of problem. If we go to the errors tab, we can see that the divider does not have an edge that's touching. And also you can click on an error message to select the divider that has the error. So in this case, we can get it to snap to that end, and we will also snap to that end. When a divider divides up an area into a rectangular shape, it will also tell you how big that shape is. With that divider selected, we can also click drag for 5 millimeter increments, or we can use the arrow keys to nudge. So for instance, if I wanted to try put that in the middle there, 67 and 68, or maybe I want one area to be 60 and another one to be 75. The other thing you can do with dividers is use the rotate icon or the R key, and that will rotate the divider. In this case, it turns red, and we can see that's because the divider overlaps with another one. So we can reposition that so that it does not. For instance there, and maybe what we'll do is we'll put that divider there and drag it so that it's over there. When you add a new divider and you have an existing one selected, it will duplicate that size of divider, so making it easy to add new dividers. And on the cut list, as you add dividers, it will update the cut list with the details of that divider. You can also click on the divider, and when you select the properties, you can adjust the thickness and the height, or if you need to, you can adjust the length or the center point for the divider. You can also press this button or press F, which will center the design in case you lose it when you navigate around. You have a full undo stack and a redo stack as well. And you can also select the divider and hit the delete icon to remove it. And then lastly, there is a quick help guide with some of the shortcut keys and other features that you can do. So here we have our box. We can see that we've got these 4 compartments for 150 by 150 millimeter insert. We can see that the sides of the box are 20 millimeters high, and each of the dividers is also 20, but we could, for instance, make this one 10 millimeters. And if we now go to the cut list, we can see that it has updated the list for us as well. Then when you head back, your project will be there. You can rename your project, delete it, duplicate it. You can also export and import your project. So if you need to share your project with someone, you can import or export the project. If you want any help or want to post examples of what you've created, feel free to visit the Boxsert Designer subreddit. Thank you for watching, and I'm excited to see what you can make with Boxsert Designer.